Hi everyone, I wanted to do a quick little video on the watercoloring technique using your ink pads from Stampin' Up and the blender pen. We're going to make just a quick little card. What I did was I cut a piece of Certainly Celery cardstock. I cut that at 3 inches by 6 inches, and then we're just going to fold it in half and make a little 3 by 3 thank you card. Then I took a piece of Tea Party Designer Series paper and cut that at 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, and then I'm going to use our ticket corner punch and just punch out the corners on the paper. And then I'm also going to do that on the cardstock. And just do all the corners. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this stamp. It's a little turtle. It's from the Very Thankful stamp set. It's in the back of the catalog, page 208. And right now during celebration you can get this set for free with any $50 order. But I'm going to use this one and the basic black ink. I'm just going to stamp that on a piece of Whisper White paper that I've cut at 1 3/4 by 2 inches. I'm going to ink that up and just stamp it on my Whisper White paper. And then I cut a piece of basic black just over the 1 3/4 by 2. Not too much larger. And then before I put all this together, I'm just going to take the Certainly Celery ink pad and I'm just going to ink around the edges of my card just by rubbing it over the top of my ink pad. And I'm going to do that with all the pieces. I'm going to do that with this Tea Party designer paper until I get the look that I want. And then I'm also going to do that with my Whisper White. And I don't need to do the basic black, but you can see it just gives it a little bit around the edges. And now we're going to color. Let's go ahead and color in the image. And I'm going to use my blender pen, and I'm going to use the Certainly Celery ink pad. I'm just going to push on the top so that the lid gets a little bit of ink on the top. You can see where it's in the top of the ink pad right there. And then I'm just going to take my blender pen and pick up the color, and then I'm just going to color in my image, and you'll see that it just gives it a real soft touch. And I'm going to go over the whole little turtle here, and it doesn't take very long just to do this little image. And if you need more color, just close up the lid, and you saw how I pressed on it to get some color. But what I want is just a real soft look. So after I'm done with that, all you do with the blender pen is just rub it on some paper until you don't see the color anymore. The colors we're using are from the Soft Subtle group, so they are just that, real soft colors. So you might not get a whole lot of ink on there. Now I'm using the Pretty in Pink, and I'm just going to do the same thing, do this on the little hearts. And then I also wanted to show you, in case some of you don't have the full-size ink pads and you just have the little 1-inch spots, you can take one of our acrylic blocks and the 1-inch spots and just push them on the top of the acrylic block, and then you'll see the ink that you can just pick up with the blender pen from there. This is the Almost Amethyst. You can see it just gives you the same look. And then just rub it across your paper until you don't get any more of that color. Then I'd wipe off the block. And then for the wheel, I'm just going to use the soft suede, and it doesn't take much just to do this little tiny wheel. And that's all it takes to do the watercoloring, and you get a neat little look. And what I did also was took the matching pens of all the colors that I just used, just to kind of define my image a little bit. So you can see this is the brush tip, the thicker, and this is the thinner side, and that's what I want to use. So I just went around the image, and you'll see how it just gives it a little bit of definition. And you can do any part that you want more defined, like maybe some of the circles on the turtle's back. I also went ahead and did the bottoms of the feet here. And then just around the circles. And I'm going to color in 2 of the circles. So that's using the Certainly Celery. And then I did the same thing around the hearts with the Pretty in Pink. And I'm going to color in 1 of the hearts just to give it a little bit different. And the Almost Amethyst. And then for the wheel, the Soft Suede, and I'm just going to color in the center there. And then we're going to attach all these pieces together. Put the Whisper White on top of the basic black. And then we'll put our Tea Party designer paper on top of the Certainly Celery. And then we'll put our basic black on top of that. And I'm going to position it down a little bit because then I'm going to take some of the Certainly Celery grosgrain ribbon, and I'm just going to tie just a little knot in it. And then cut that off. Using my paper snips. And then I'm just going to attach that to my card. I think I'll cut this side down a little bit more. Just attach it to my card using a glue dot. And you have some quick and easy little thank you cards. Thank you for watching.